So a mix of views already emerging in response to the budget. For his take, I'm joined now by Terry Davis, the Managing Director of Coca-Cola Amatil. Well, Terry Davis, thumbs up, thumbs down. What's the budget do for a company like CCA?
Well, I think if we look generally, we're a fairly good barometer of what's happening out in the economy. I don't think this is going to do a lot for consumer confidence and consumer sentiment. I think it's probably neutral in that respect.
A lot of praise from some elements of the business community there about the training aspects.
Yes, I think certainly the regional training is going to be very beneficial, but to move the skilled migrant intake from 10,000 to 16,000 is nowhere near enough to satisfy the short-term needs of industry.
So to what extent are we going to have a problem then with this skills shortage and indeed putting pressure on inflation?
Well, unfortunately, I think the unintended consequences of the high dollar means that our exporters are under incredible threat, and our domestic manufacturers, other than in the mining sector, are under threat. Now, it's just a question of whether you can get the transfer of skills from manufacturing sector in Australia to the mining industry. Bearing in mind, a lot of people who work in the manufacturing industry don't necessarily have the same skill set to be able to work in the mining industry.
There was a small amount of money allocated to exactly that. There didn't seem to be a lot of money allocated in terms of training for manufacturing.
In fact, there was nothing at all, and there was no mention of the National Food Plan. We're seeing unprecedented levels of imported private label, of imported fruit and vegetables in this country. I think we all have to recognise that the mining boom won't last forever, and what happens after that with our manufacturing base.
So, I mean, these are a lot of companies that we're talking about, big business and small business in manufacturing. When we talk about this new phrase, the patchwork economy, you're saying that actually the whole of manufacturing has effectively missed out on this spreading of opportunity.
Well, it certainly appears that way. If you look at the double impact, that what happens with a manufacturing environment when the dollar is as high as it is, and these are unprecedented levels, is that we face more import competition, and then those manufacturers that are able to export are finding that they're just not competitive.
Is it worth looking at, per man, the cost of actually training somebody up who is potentially long-term unemployed, or in any case unemployed, as compared with the worker who may be losing his job in manufacturing right now?
Well, I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think that market forces ultimately prevail in this, and obviously the money that's being offered in the mining industry is quite significant. Then you have to look at what the flow-on effects of inflation are and wage inflation, and certainly we're seeing that in the areas where we need skilled tradesmen. The cost of those skilled tradesmen have gone up dramatically over the last 2 to 3 years.
You're a multinational. You have to make decisions about investing in Australia, presumably every day, every week. What's this budget done to that investment decision?
Well, I think you have to look beyond the budget of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The fact is that Australia is still in great financial shape. And the fact is that the majority of listed public companies in Australia are in very strong shape. We came out of the GFC both as a country, both as companies, in very, very good shape. So I don't think that diminishes. It's just a question of where you try to get the priorities within your business. And at the moment, you would think that there would be a need for more accelerated depreciation for manufacturing assets, for instance, to encourage productivity levels to improve, so that we didn't need to employ more people, we could use more technology, we could re-equip our plant and equipment.
Terry Davis, thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Tiggy.